Today I'm going to show you exactly how this AI agent runs your entire real estate agency, helping customers book appointments, answer their questions, and provide them information, completely automating your entire phone and doing these tasks on autopilot. We're going to start this video off with the demo by calling the AI agent and booking an appointment. Then we're going to get into the exact architecture and setup of this agent. Finally, I'm going to talk about the ROI, as well as cost savings that the system can have. And if by any chance you're a business owner and you're feeling overwhelmed or caught up by the news surrounding AI, you can go ahead and schedule a free consultation call with me by using the link in the description. I'm accepting only 3 people per video, so make sure you grab your spot fast. And with that, let's just go ahead and start with a call to the AI agent and ask it to book an appointment.
Hello, this is Jack from Buckside Real Estate. How are you?
Hey Jack, I'm doing great.
That's wonderful to hear. What can I help you with today regarding real estate?
Yeah, so I was looking to head and invest in a home in the suburbs of New York.
Sounds like an exciting step. What's your name?
My name is Azim, so that is spelled A-Z-I-M.
Great to meet you, Azim. What's the best number to reach you at if we get disconnected?
Yeah, the best number would be 55.
Perfect. I've got that down. Which suburbs of New York are you most interested in exploring?
I'm still not sure yet. I'm kind of thinking about it. That's why I wanted to go ahead and possibly schedule a consult.
Absolutely, Azim. A consultation would be a great way to explore your options. Are you hoping to buy a home soon? Or are you just exploring right now?
I'm looking to do it soon.
Got it. You're looking to buy soon. That's great timing. Would you like me to set up a consultation to go through the suburbs and find the right fit for you?
Exactly.
Perfect. Let's get you scheduled. What date would work best for your consultation?
I think maybe sometime like Monday at 2 p.m. would work.
Let me check if Monday at 2 p.m. is available for you. Great news, Azim. Monday at 2 p.m. is available. Let me go ahead and book that consultation for you. Just to confirm, you're looking to buy a home in the suburbs of New York soon, and we'll explore the different options together. Does that sound right?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Your consultation has been booked for Monday at 2 p.m.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Azim. I'm glad we could get that scheduled for you. Have a wonderful day.
And so as we can see here, inside of my calendar, I've been booked for 2 p.m. on Monday, so it got the time right, it booked me in, and not only that, but it also captured my interest. So what many teams lack is that they're actually unable to note down very simple information from phone calls just because they're so busy. And this is helpful because it saves time, it guarantees good information, and also prioritizes the satisfaction of those callers. And now that we've gone ahead and seen this demo, why don't we go ahead and actually dive into the entire setup. So first, we're going to kind of dive into the actual setup on the ElevenLabs agents. If you haven't signed up yet, head over to elevenlabs.io. You can also use the link I dropped below to go ahead and get some nice discounts, but that's totally up to you. The first thing we're going to go ahead and do for the agent is set up the system prompt. Now, think of the system prompt as kind of the instructions for the agent. These instructions are going to be defining its specific tasks, so lead qualification, FAQ answering, consultation booking, and all of that good stuff. It's going to be supplying it with the tools it needs, which basically go ahead and perform an action, like checking availability or booking an appointment. Then we're going to give it some examples. We're going to set its tone and style in a very simple way, and then the notes are just going to establish some guardrails, some behaviors to avoid, and things to never do. Now, if you want to access this entire prompt, I'm going to provide it as a resource link in the description, which you can use to get both this system prompt, as well as this custom workflow that I've actually set up, which is getting that availability and booking those appointments. So once you've gone ahead and downloaded those resources, just go ahead and create a new agent inside of ElevenLabs. And what you're going to do is you're going to paste in the system prompt inside of here. Some important things you want to go ahead and set up is your time zone. So over here, you're just going to go ahead and set up your time zone so you can book appointments in the right time. You can also optionally customize the first message, whatever you really want to do here. But what we can now move on to is the knowledge base section of it so that the agent can easily retrieve the information. I'm going to include this file as well in the resources, and then you would add the document inside of the knowledge base over here. Next up is going to be the tools section, and this is going to be a bit more on the time consuming side, but it's really the most important. We're going to be setting up 2 tools here called check availability and book appointment. And both of these tools are going to be connected to this workflow over here, which, as I mentioned, goes ahead and gets the availability as well as creates the actual booking. And so the first tool we can set up is going to be the check availability. And so you're just going to follow along with me as we set this up in NAN as well. So once again, if you don't have an NAN account just yet, you can go ahead and sign up for one. If you want to get your 2 weeks for free, I've dropped a useful link below. And so once you're inside of NAN, you just go ahead and create a new workflow, which I'll specifically name inside of the resources. You're going to go ahead and create this new workflow, and you're going to click on these 3 dots, and you're going to click on import from file, and you're going to upload it to get this entire workflow on your screen. And so from here, this may look something technically complex, but I'll actually be guiding you through each of the steps. So the first thing to do is you can double click inside of this tool webhook that I had over there. You don't have to understand this immediately, but you would go ahead to the production URL and you would copy on this. And from here, we would be going ahead and setting up those tools. So if you're setting up the first tool, you're going to click on add tool over here, and it's going to go ahead and be a webhook tool. So make sure to select that. And this first tool is going to be called check availability. Make sure you're writing it out exactly the same way as I am. For the description, this is just going to check for a consultation and tour availability based on the caller's preferred time. And over here, you're going to see something called the method and the URL. So the link that you just copied from NAN should be pasted inside of here. So I would just remove the current one, then I would paste in this one. Next up, we would go ahead and add something simple called a header. You want to make sure that the type is set to value, the name is tool name, and then that the value is check availability. In the body parameters, you just want to instruct it to collect the caller's preferred time for an appointment. And the way we're actually doing this is that while the AI is having a conversation with the caller, it's also going ahead and capturing all of these details in the exact way that we want to. So one of the pieces of information or a property that we want to capture is going to be preferred time. You're pretty much going to leave all of these settings the same, but for the description, you can go ahead and just copy this. I'll actually link those descriptions in the exact resources, so you can simply copy paste and be done with it. And that would be it for the check availability tool. Next up, what we want to do is move on to the book appointment tool. Now this tool is slightly more complex, but it can also be set up in a matter of minutes. For the description, this is obviously going to book a consultation and tour using the caller's requested time, their name, as well as their interests. For the URL, you're once again just going to paste in the URL you copied from NAN. And then when scrolling down, we're going to once again set up this header. The setup is going to be nearly the same. The type is going to be the value, name is going to be tool name, and the value is going to be book appointment. Then for the body parameters, which are once again the pieces of information that we're capturing, we're going to be collecting the caller's requested time for a consultation and tour, their full name, as well as capture their interests and notes about them. And this is really what's powerful, because the AI has 24/7 and complete focus. It's able to note down all of the details about a person while still carrying on a conversation with them. So our first property is going to be interest or notes, and what is going to be is just the notes about the caller and the reasons for their interest in a consultation. And we're asking it to provide 3 to 4 information-heavy sentences. That way the consultation with Buckside Real Estate would be a bit more smooth. Next up, we're going to have the requested time. This is going to be very similar to the preferred time that we set up before, except now this is kind of the final time that the user is booking a consultation at. And then finally, we're going to have the full name, which is going to be the full name of the caller. After you've set that up, go ahead and click on save. You're officially set up on the ElevenLabs side of things. And so now you can go ahead and set up the NAN workflow. Now the NAN workflow is really as simple as it gets. You just have to connect your Google Calendar to NAN. So inside of one of these modules, it's going to ask you the credential to connect with. And simply what this is you're going to go ahead and create a new credential. And then NAN is just going to ask you to sign in with Google. So basically you're just connecting your Google Calendar to NAN. And once you've done that, just make sure you're choosing your own calendar and make sure to do the exact same thing for this Google Calendar setup over here. Your account is already going to be added, but just make sure that once again, you're choosing the correct calendar. Now that that's done, let's go ahead and run another call to now see if it's able to go ahead and answer some of our FAQs. So I'm going to have the knowledge base uploaded on the side, and at the same time, I'm going to be asking it questions so you can see live whether it's responding correctly or not. So over here, I have my ElevenLabs agent, and on the side over here, I have the entire knowledge base for Buckside Real Estate. And as you can see here, it's filled with a lot of numbers, but this is very important because the AI is able to give simple yes or no answers. And so right now I'm going to go ahead and ask it a specific question and see if it's able to go ahead and answer that.
Hello, this is Jack from Buckside Real Estate. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. What can I help you with today regarding real estate?
Yeah, so a friend recently told me that he recommended you to me, but he told me that you don't service all areas. So based on my zip code, I was wondering if you provide full service to me.
I'd be happy to help you check if we service your area. Could you please share your zip code with me?
Yeah, it's 11004.
Thank you for providing your zip code. I can see that in our service area, though I should mention that we have limited coverage there. We primarily handle house listings and don't typically work with co-ops in that zip code. Are you looking to buy or sell a home in that area?
No, but I do have another question as well. What parts of Westchester County do you service?
Great question. We service several areas in Westchester County. Our coverage includes White Plains, 10-601, Scarsdale, 1N583, Bronxville, 1N708. We don't service areas north of 1N598. And we also have some exclusions like new construction developments in certain zones. Is there a specific area in Westchester you're interested in?
And yeah, I was also wondering about kind of the subway access. I'm really interested in just how can I get to my workplace as fast as possible.
I understand you're looking for the best commute options. Manhattan really stands out since it has full coverage with stations typically within a short walking distance. If you're looking for areas with excellent subway connections, neighborhoods like the Upper East Side, Upper West Side, and Midtown would be your best bet for quick commutes. Are you thinking about moving to Manhattan, or were you asking about a specific area?
I think I'm good now. Thank you, Jack.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help answer your questions about our service areas and subway access. If you need any more information about real estate or have other questions down the road, please don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great day.
So as you can see there, he was easily able to go ahead and retrieve some of the most obscure and specific information. It's able to talk about specific zip codes. So for instance, when I asked it if it could service this specific zip code, it retrieved the information one for one and was able to give me accurate information. That also happened for the two other questions, and even I'm kind of impressed that it's able to retrieve such information in a short amount of time. And finally, let's go ahead and wrap this up with a calculation of the ROI that this voice agent could potentially get. So in here, I'm just going to fill in some basic business metrics that could apply to a real estate agency and actually calculate what this would look like. So if a real estate agency is getting on average around 600 calls per month, and usually they miss around 40% of their calls. And so based on statistics, the average home in the US, for example, is around $368,000. The current team size that would be handling the calls, and something like a 15-person agency would usually be around 4 people handling calls. And assuming they were paid $24 per hour, which is usually the average pay for people who are accepting those calls, and the business works around 50 hours per week, and the current lead to customer conversion ratio, which is on average 0.4 to 1.2% in real estate, is around 0.8%. So essentially the average, those two numbers, this could very well be the potential ROI that a real estate agency can experience. So the daily cost savings are absolutely massive. Instead of having 4 human employees that are getting paid even when they're not taking a call, voice agents cost only around 11 cents per minute, and they work 24/7. And they only cost money when they're actively in a call. And as you can imagine, this leads to these weekly cost savings, as well as the following monthly cost savings. And so from this, we're able to go ahead and actually predict what kind of revenue can be recovered just by optimizing the phone calls. And so obviously here you can see the cost per conversation comparison as well. On average, a voice agent will cost around 36 cents per minute, whereas a human agent will be around 9 times more expensive. And then we also have the monthly operating cost comparison. And over here, I'm just going to click on get personalized recommendations. And by the way, you can access it for completely free. I dropped it in the description. It gives you personalized advice and talks about what exactly could deliver these results. And now all that's left to do is to go ahead and plan this setup out and actually implement it. But if you're still kind of on the edge, you can go ahead and schedule a free 30-minute consult with me so we can talk things over and develop a personalized plan on how to turn this text into a real-life, functioning, and revenue-driving setup. And on top of that, what I'm actually doing is that the first 3 business owners to book a call directly from this page will get a chance to claim their free audit. And these things are usually expensive for me to do, but you now have a chance to get that done for free. So make sure that you don't miss out on that. As I said before, all resources and helpful links will be in the description, so you have everything you need. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.